This is the summer of 1717, and this is video 77. Anybody that's got this far, well done. It seems like you're going to do the distance from here on in, I would have thought. If you remember on the previous video, we'd moved some troops over towards Marseille. The free ones, you remember the ones that used to go around wrecking the French economy? For those who don't know about this, we're playing the United Provinces Empire Total War, and we're playing it on the hard option. You can go hard, very hard, or easy, I seem to remember, but this is the hard option. Yeah. This is being done in November 2009, towards the end of November now. We have the latest updates up until that time. There have been many changes from the earlier version. I've said that before, but not for a long time now in many videos. We're in a situation where we've decided to take France. We've used the minimum amount of troops that we can in order to take France, so we now have to consider how we move our troops around. So we've selected some troops to move down to Marseille, and we've allocated some that we had wrecking the economy in France. Just having a quick check over now to Ceylon while I was filling you in with the background details, just to see if there's anything we can build here. We've now got a fortress and we've got a decent number of troops in here. We feel as though it's a fairly safe place. Somebody's got to land on there. They can't land in the port because I've got men in there. They have to land on land, and then they have to travel inland, so I should be able to see them coming. Basically, it's a bit of a fortress's Ceylon at the moment. Quick trip over to the Americas. The British Army is still sitting there. Just been past it now. We're not able to develop the economy here. Mexico's doing very well. Guatemala still isn't settled, and so we can't make the taxes. We can't take the taxes that we need to from Guatemala. In this part of the Americas, and the southern parts of the Americas, or South America as well, we don't seem to be able to make a great deal of money, and Mexico and Guatemala are the best earners. So I'm doing my best to get the most out of them at the moment, but as I've explained before, I can't put too many troops in them to settle the population, because troops cost money to put there. They don't cost them, they're not any cheaper in South America, so you might only get 300 taxes, but 2 units in the place could cost you 300 anyway. So you might as well just not tax it at all, you know, and just allow it gradually to come to be more happy eventually over time with the occupation. Always looking through them though, an alternative to gaining some extra income. We're now keeping a large army in France, and that's added to our usual burden. France is earning a lot, and it's allowed us to open trade routes as well, but it's only just enough to pay for what we've got at the moment. So we really do need to be settling and then developing France a little more. And there's the end of the turn. So we're now going for the winter of 1717. I'll show the movements of the major players. That's Britain, and now Austria as well. Austria are sort of quite active in my part of Europe, and then Spain. The others, there's nothing particularly relevant about the movements of those nations, so I won't be showing those. Austrians got themselves a bit of a fleet together. They're attacking Hanover, one of my allies. It's a good thing that I'm not around when that happens, because I could well get dragged into that conflict, and it's good for me to keep good relations with Hanover. The Austrians seemingly attacking what looks like Spain. I think it is, yes. And there's a Spanish fleet coming out to attack them. I wonder if that's going to be within reach of my navy to get out there and see if I can earn some points from attacking it. Okay, this is the usual turn end achievements. These are the things that have happened throughout the year. So it's technologies achieved, thefts failing to go ahead, you know, technology thefts. Not been very lucky with this recently, so I'm just looking through which would be the best one for us to take. Yeah, we'll have the improved roads, see how that goes. Those are the election results. Lots of minuses in there, by the way, or noughts rather, of people that aren't achieving anything. workers' riot. Not surprising really that France in particular is unsettled. Okay, you can see the technologies for yourself that have been achieved. These are the sort of minimum numbers of recruits that I can take. Each one costs me to maintain, of course, so I do have to be careful about the amount that I recruit. But I need to be moving some troops down to Marseille. Ah, notice my gentleman isn't there anymore. I wonder where he was. Looks like somebody's assassinated him. All par for the course really. You put gentlemen together, they might have a bit of an argument about one of the ladies or some issue of morality. There we go, I'm just looking through the trade and the income. It's not looking good at the moment. Lots and lots and lots of trade there, but still the overall income isn't brilliant. I need to be improving those buildings in France, but unfortunately they all create minuses on the happiness of the French, so it's something I'm putting off. Just having a look now to see if the Spanish are anywhere around. I remember seeing a Spanish army here a turn or so ago, all the way down the bottom there, so presumably they're on their way up now. The two regular troops there that you see, they're the ones that I brought down from Paris. And the pikemen and the horsemen there that you can see there, probably right from the time when the game originally started. They're the ones that I've had dotted around France, causing as much wreckage as they possibly can to slow down the French economy. So I've now got 4 units in there that can defend against the Spanish. I will be hoping to improve that number. Looking what I can recruit in there as well, but having had a look at the Spanish fleet down here earlier, this monstrosity, there's some pretty big hitting ships in there, so whatever I produce up there I think is just going to be bait for him. Well, I say bait, he'll just murder it because I've got nothing to support it with, and I think it will just attract him towards Marseille, so anything that keeps him away has got to be good news. Looking at the overall taxation again, as usual, this is the European theatre, just to see what we can manage to do. We're still waiting for this to be improved. That'll give us a good few minuses on there. On the good few minuses on the restlessness of the Parisians. Nice to be able to recruit some decent troops, isn't it? You know, it's like being a kid in a sweet shop now. I can get grenadiers, whoopee, and Swiss and Scots and all sorts of things. Trouble is, they cost, and they also cost to look after as well. I'm going to take some dragoons because they'll help settle the population. Take some grenadiers as well because I like them. Grenadiers are small units, there's only 60 in them. But they tend to shoot better and they have better morale than other units, so 2 lots of 60 of those firing at the enemy is better than 1 lot of 120, certainly of regulars. Plus they have grenades, and I do like throwing grenades as well. You know, move the grenadiers up close to the troops, throw the grenades, and then charge in with a bayonet. Good stuff. Still considering the industry. The trouble is, like I said, each industrial unit gives around about a minus on the sort of happiness of the area. In other words, it increases restlessness. That one doesn't though, so we're going to go for that one. Just by hovering over, you can see the characteristics, and you can see there that will give a minus, I'm afraid. Considered improving that one, give a decent amount of money for next turn. Trouble is, where are those Spanish?